Hello everybody. If you are new here, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back. The reason why I did that intro is because every day we're still getting a lot of new people coming to the channel. They're popping in on a random video, they see a kid on oxygen and then a bunch of boxes and they have no clue what's going on. So I wanted to start this video out by introducing myself. This is my channel. My name is Steph. I do this channel with my fiance Gio and our son Sebastian. Sebastian just turned 5. He was born with a rare genetic syndrome called Cornelia de Lange syndrome. He also has vision and hearing impairments, as well as a brain disease, as well as a history of congenital heart disease. Sebastian was admitted to the hospital 2 weeks ago fighting an infection in his heart, and while all of that was going on, we're in the process of selling this home and moving into a new one. So things are crazy. There's a lot of medical stuff, a lot of family stuff, and right now a lot of moving stuff. So if you're new, that's the update. With that being said, I feel it's appropriate, especially with the evening I had last night, to mention that the sole purpose of this channel was to connect with people and share our son's story. I feel like a lot of people have issues with people sharing children on the internet unless they're healthy children. If you have a healthy child and you put them on the internet, it's fine, right? Because they're healthy. But if they're special needs, you're exploiting them for attention. Doesn't really make sense to me, but if you're here to draw conclusions, make assumptions and accusations about things from watching a 6-minute video of mine, I would hope that you choose not to stay on this channel because that's not my intention. It's not who I am. I don't care for the internet drama and the social mom group stuff. I'm not here for that. And I'm being very vague about this because yesterday I almost had a very different reaction. So today I'm trying to let that go. I'm trying to move on. No matter what, if I was the perfect mom in the world, people would still have something negative to say about me. Sebastian was born special needs. We chose to keep him. We chose to help him fight. And a lot of people are bothered by that. But if Sebastian were adopted from a third world country from another mom who didn't want him, I would be viewed as a saint, right? Makes sense, right? Anyway, I literally do not have time to give any more of my attention to the haters. As I mentioned earlier, we're moving. I think it's 10 days until we move and we still have a lot of packing to do. So given everything I just said, I hope that you're here for the right reasons. You should be here to watch Sebastian grow and change and fight and have a good life. For us to have a good life, that's the only reason why we're here. So moving on. I have to take all the boxes in the front right there and retape the bottom because the boxes that the tape that's on them now is old crunchy tape and it's not holding, and that's going to be a problem for moving day. So my goal today is to retape all the boxes, make sure everything is labeled, and close them up because we're moving, baby. Sebastian is still doing wonderful. He's able to be off oxygen all day and stay in the upper 90s for his oxygen saturations, which is beautiful. That's exactly where we want him. It seems like the blood transfusion on top of the iron supplements that he is getting now is doing exactly what it needs to. For nighttime, I get a little nervous because he gets a little lazy, so he does go back on oxygen overnight, but he is doing wonderful. He just woke up from a nap, so I'm gonna go grab him. We haven't done meds yet, so I'm also gonna do that really quick, but you guys already know the drill, so I might speed it up a little bit this time. And then it's time to we got to work on these boxes, people. You are so beautiful to me. You guys see Sebastian's little pumpkin back there? I don't know if I mentioned it in one of my other videos, but Gio was so cute. He came home from work the other day. We're only buying necessities right now because we're trying to, you know, save and be conscious of what we're spending while we're moving. Lots of new things to buy for the house. But anyway, he was only supposed to go for groceries, but he came home with a pumpkin because it made him think of Sebastian. Yeah, it's my pumpkin, Dad. Get that med right at the end so there's no air in his tube. Is that your pumpkin back there? I love your pumpkin. Nala, you are a good girl. Did you have a good nap, my love? You gotta do meds, okay? Did you sleep good? Can I have this arm, please? Cold, cold, cold. Cold in your arm. Almost done. Almost done. Stay still. Oh my goodness. I know, just stay still for 1 second. Oh my goodness. He sure is getting strong, I'll tell you that much. Yeah, you're a good boy. No, you're not. You're not getting strong? Are you sure? You positive? No, you're not. Okay. It's time for some lunch. If you're new here, the reason why Sebastian's arm is swaddled at the moment is because now that he has more energy, he really likes to reach up and grab all these tubes. And obviously we want to avoid him reaching and pulling that out. That would be terrible. But he has a little chewing mitt that we sometimes put on his hand, and that lets his shoulder kind of be free and explore as it needs to. So I'll probably put that on at some point. Yeah, so you can give your shoulder and your arm a break, right? And this right here is what we're looking at. All of these boxes that are already filled, I have to retape underneath all of them because, again, like I said earlier, the tape that I originally put on it was so like crusty and old that it's not holding. God forbid when we're moving, someone picks up a heavy box with pots and pans and the bottom busts out, because that would not be very good. Hi, Nala. And this is exactly why I'm doing what I'm doing, because I just turned the box on its side and it busted open. So this is that old crunchy tape, good for nothing tape. We're making some progress. I've got all of those removed from over here. And then what I think I'm gonna do is go upstairs and take the boxes that are upstairs and just move them downstairs. So next week we have everybody who's helping us move has less trips up and down the stairs. I think I'm gonna be a nice person and bring them down. Sebastian and Nala are both getting some nice fresh air. And while I was packing up all these boxes, look what I found outside my window. Look at that. I have a rose bush. Yeah, look at that. Look how beautiful. It's like 75 degrees today in Illinois, so I'm going to have to go cut that and put it in a nice little pot. Or a vase, I should say. Hi, Bubby. You are a good girl. Cheers to all the moms and dads out there drinking cold coffee. Still good. Okay. Cap up Sebastian's IV treatment. I just washed my hands, just in case anybody here needs me to announce that. My hands are clean. I just sanitized this flush off camera. Stay still. Almost done. Stay nice and still. That top, just touch the top of that. So stay still, stay still. Stay still. I don't like it either, buddy. Don't feel comfortable using that cap now. Okay, done. Goodness gracious, he hates having his arms held. In other news, making some progress. That over there feels much more organized to me. And if you know me, and I love that. What I am noticing though is it's been a couple of days since I've been able to vacuum under Nala's cage. So there's all these tiny little feathers. So before I pack up anything next to here, I'm gonna move her cage out, vacuum. So it's nice and fresh over here, but we're doing good, right? Yeah, Mom, I'm annoyed. Leave me alone. Hi. Good girl. And yeah, just what I thought. It's all this boxes and moving and the sound of tape. All that stuff is new to Nala. She's never heard a tape roll make that loud noise that it makes. So I assume she's losing a little bit of extra feathers just because, what? Just because of all the change and the new sound and all the movement. And it's right up, where she lives, all these boxes that are new. So she's probably a little stressed out, but these are little feathers. It looks like she only actually plucked 2. So, you okay? She's very spooky. Very spooky. Much better. It's already looking better in here. Way more organized. I'm gonna go grab some boxes from upstairs and probably from Sebastian's room. He's still hanging out. I'm just hanging out today. Did you hear Nala? Good girl. Yeah, good girl. Sebastian's room is all packed up. Those are my clothes and toys. Those are mine. Everything's off the walls except for this stuff. We're gonna take that off. But I just emptied all of his drawers except for this little box has drool rags in it until we leave. Same with this closet. All done. Gotta bring that downstairs, but again, I don't want to ding any walls, so it's staying. I can't believe it. It's Sebastian's first room, obviously. I'm gonna miss this little room. Just brought down all these boxes from the second floor. I think they're filled with blankets. This one I think is Sebastian's blanket, and it might have some baby pictures. Miss? You okay? Anyway, I think that's the box with Sebastian's baby pictures, so if there is, I'll show you a few. Look what I found. Oh my goodness, Sebastian's trying to go potty right now. Sebastian was very, very sick here, as you can tell. We almost thought he wasn't going to make it. This also was a very... Oh my goodness, hold on, he needs some love. This picture is not edited. The lighting in here is decent, the door is open. If you can tell how blue Sebastian's foot is, this was a really, really hard day for him. He had just had heart surgery and they gave him some pain medication that he had a very, very adverse response to. His blood pressure dropped, he bottomed out, and they had to insert a chest tube, which is this right here. It goes all the way up here, and we almost lost him that day. Then after that was when the seizures started. Kind of like a traumatic event happened in the hospital, and your body just kind of responds that way sometimes. But that was also the day that he was diagnosed with seizure disorder. Tough day. I think it was November 2017. November 14th, I think, but he turned a corner quickly. He was only 3 days old here. And then this, he was 14 days old. This was the first time he ever opened his eyes after his first heart surgery. You can probably see right here. They have the central line in. He's got all this iodine. He literally just came out of the OR. That was the first time we saw his eyes. He was 14 days old. This was right before my C-section. Look at how young we look. Oh my goodness. It was the first time I got to hold his hand. He was so tiny. Grandma's first time laying her eyes on him. Everybody loves Gio's grandma. Gio's mom, Sebastian's grandma. Everybody loves her on this channel. Look at that love in her eyes. It was very emotional. Gio's dad's first time seeing little Sebastian. Gio's first time holding Sebastian. My first time seeing him. I didn't get to see him for, I think, almost... Sorry, my hands are shaking from the coffee. I don't think I got to see him for almost 14 hours later because he was with the cardiac team, and then he went into the NICU. He was struggling, but we finally got to get our eyes on him. I think I was 24, and Gio would have been 23 or 24 as well. But yeah, little youngins right there. Look at all that hair. Speaking of hair, I found this picture. Sebastian was only about 48 hours old, and this is already, I'm telling you guys, he was born with this hair. His little sign, I actually still have this. I kept it. It's so cute, it's a boy. And these are Gio's grandparents holding Sebastian for the first time. I think he was about a week and a half, 2 weeks old. His grandparents, Gio's grandparents, are still very, very active in Sebastian's life. They only live half a mile away. That day that Sebastian had that big issue with the medication and the central line, we actually ended up having a baptism in the NICU for him. It was really, really sad. Just because we didn't think he was gonna make it, but this is his little baptism outfit. We still have this as well. And shortly after that, he had another heart surgery and he was recovering beautifully. Look at his color difference, you can tell. He was so blue here. And here he actually has some color. This is tiny Sebastian. He was maybe 3 weeks, maybe a month old. Little boy. After 1 month in the NICU, he finally was transferred to the pediatric surgical heart unit where he stayed for the next 2 months, but it was a big accomplishment. And I just found this picture Gio must have took. It's so funny and so true. Sebastian had such a little grumpy, frumpy face. This picture's making me laugh. After about 2.5 months in the hospital and 2 surgeries, he was there for 3 months, but that 2.5 month mark, Sebastian started to do much better. And there's Gio. Everyone's always wondering where Gio is. Like I said, he had worked 14 hours this day, and then after work came home to see his little dude. I'm just making jokes. I know everybody just asks where Gio is because they don't want me to be overwhelmed, but look at this hair here. Tell me that's not the exact same hair. Gio wears his hair shorter now, but isn't that funny? They're little twins. That's one of the first times I ever held Sebastian. I think he was maybe 3 days old when I finally got to hold him. Maybe 2. I think this was my 25th birthday. Because remember, Sebastian was born on October 3rd, and then I was born on October 5th. So I had a birthday 2 days after I had him. But yeah, after some much needed heart surgery and stabilization, he started to do really good. Right? And now I'm home. Okay, back to packing. Well, everybody, I got done exactly what I was hoping to get done. I brought down all of the boxes that were upstairs. So we have to make less trips when we move. I was able to kind of organize everything. Everything has labels. Everything is taped up with better tape. Nala's cage is better. All the feathers under there were, yeah, Nala. All the feathers under there were kind of driving me crazy. So I'm happy with the couple hours of work I have done today. I'm going to make Sebastian some dinner right now. It's like 4:30, so he's going to be ready around 5 to eat. And then we have dinner at 6:30. So I'm going to get myself dressed and ready and unsweaty because you may not be able to tell, but I am very sweaty and kind of sneaky right now. It was nice taking a trip down memory lane with you with all those pictures. If I have time, maybe I'll share some more, but I'm glad you got to see some of them. I'm tired, but today was a good productive day is the word that I'm looking for. As you can tell, I'm still very tired. So I'm gonna leave it there for now, and we'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow is basement. Have to start the basement. No choice. And that's my least favorite room that I'm looking forward to. There's the sweat. You can see it. Anyway, we will see you tomorrow. Thanks for being here.